to Radio Express World News, presented by Vibha Ramesh, Los Angeles, United States. Several thousand people in the United States were left in the lurch as the $600 a week unemployment benefit came to an end on Friday. However, administration officials and top congressional Democrats came together for a rare meeting at Capitol Hill on the morning of Saturday to discuss a coronavirus relief package. The meeting culminated with Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California announcing that they had a productive meeting on the way forward, although she did not provide any specifics. Moreover, the staff plans to meet again on Sunday and the core negotiators will convene on Monday for further discussions. The United States is currently facing a second wave of infections as the nation has been recording a 7-day average of nearly 65,000 new cases of coronavirus. Data has it that over 1.9 million new infections were reported in the month of July, which equates to 42% of the total 4.5 million cases recorded nationwide since the start of the pandemic. California is currently averaging around 8,500 cases per day, and this spike, sources say, is a result of premature reopening of its economy. The death toll in Florida crossed the 7,000 mark on Saturday as it recorded a high number of cases every day the past week. Meanwhile, Representative Raul Grijalva tested positive for the coronavirus after coming in contact with another lawmaker who had contracted it. Another game has been postponed this baseball season as 3 staffers and 1 player for the St. Louis Cardinals tested positive for the virus. This moves the game to Saturday against the Milwaukee Brewers. While most schools have planned the fall session to begin with online instruction only, one school that opened last week in Indiana had to quarantine students within hours. As Florida continues to battle a surge in infections, the state is now preparing for Hurricane Isaias. Subsequently, the governor has declared a state of emergency in every coastal county. The hurricane displayed maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour by yesterday afternoon and was situated about 140 miles southeast of Fort Lauderdale. The city of Berlin in Germany had a conglomeration of nearly 17,000 Germans demonstrating against the country's efforts to fight the spread of coronavirus. Ironically, the protesters did not observe any public health requirement of social distancing or mask wearing. The protest was supported by neo-Nazi groups and conspiracy theorists. The protest took place despite the ban on public gatherings. 955 new cases of coronavirus were reported on Saturday. Over 100 million people in India have lost their jobs due to the pandemic. While salaried people lost their regular income, businesses and traders suffered heavy losses amounting to roughly 4 lakh crore rupees. On August 5th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be offering prayers at the Hanumangari temple before heading for the foundation-laying ceremony in Ayodhya. On a different note, the proposed new education policy is designed to impart experiential learning with focus on students' interests rather than learning to meet the job market requirement. And the total number of active cases as of today is 567,730 and the death toll is 37,364. Moving on to the Middle East, Kuwait resumed some commercial flights after a 5-month suspension. That said, flights would continue to be suspended from 31 countries that include China, Brazil and India. Further, flights from countries that were once the coronavirus hub are still banned. Going by the ratio, Kuwait has one of the highest infection rates in the world with 1,618 cases per 100,000 people. Meanwhile, lockdown restrictions that were supposed to be lifted on Saturday in Britain would continue for a couple more weeks. This move was announced by Prime Minister Boris Johnson as the country is witnessing a surge and is not yet ready to relax its restrictions. To this effect, indoor performances, wedding receptions, casinos and other gatherings would continue to observe the mandatory safety measures for 2 more weeks. The city of Da Nang in Vietnam is now facing the brunt of entertaining a large number of tourists that thronged its beaches last month, leading to a spurt in coronavirus cases after nearly 3 months of zero infections. Therefore, the entire population of Da Nang is now going to be tested for the virus as several local cases showed evidence of how the disease can linger even in places that were thought to have eradicated the virus. The country has recorded 3 deaths and 558 cases. The number of coronavirus cases in Poland has been on the rise, with 46,346 total cases and 3,650 deaths reported so far. With a view to contain the virus and prevent an irreversible outbreak, officials in Poland are now contemplating new lockdown restrictions. According to the health minister, the restrictions would include limiting the number of people at social gatherings in addition to social distancing and mask wearing. Bringing you the last in this bulletin, 36 crew members on board a Norwegian cruise ship tested positive for the virus, all of whom were asymptomatic. This brings up the obvious concern about the 387 guests aboard the liner who may be exposed to the virus. As a remedial measure, they will quarantine themselves for 2 weeks in compliance with Norway's public health regulations. With that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the next program on Radio Express. To receive Radio Express English news and English programs in your WhatsApp, please send a WhatsApp message, English programs, to 90727 95547. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Radio Express. Thank you.